Hey guys, it's Lane with Tim's Nation. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the army list I'm bringing against DJ's Necrons today. He's promised me a good fight. He really wanted to bring a brutal Necron list after the beating he took from Nico's Thousand Sons last week. So I brought my DeathWatch again. Now it's different from my competitive list, so I've got some different units than what I've been running in my competitive DeathWatch list, trying out a few different things. But I think it's still got some hitting power. We'll see if it's going to be able to chew through these big bricks of Lich Guard or not. I hope it does. But you'll have to follow me over to the battle report to see if that actually works. Now, I've got two of the kill teams in it. I've got two of the Proteus kill teams. I love these kill teams. Guys, if you're a Deathwatch player and you're using some of the other kill teams, I want to hear how you're using them, how you use them, how you make them effective, how you make them work. Because every time I look at building some of the other kill teams, I just don't feel like it has the right amount of damage output for how many points it is, or have the right special rules attached to it. I just haven't had any desire to run any of the other kill teams. I've just been running Proteus. So convince me otherwise. Tell me why I should be running some of the other kill teams. I want to know. I want to hear about it. So we're going to go through the list here. I'll let you know what enhancements we've got going on and what character is going to be with which unit and how I plan to use some of these things. So here we go. Let's take a look. All right, guys, it is DeathWatch. This is an all-infantry DeathWatch army. But first, tell you a little bit about how DeathWatch work. DeathWatch are Space Marines, so they do get Oath of Moment, but they do not get the doctrines that Space Marines get. Instead, DeathWatch have their own special rules called mission tactics. I have 3 of them. In my command phase, I choose one of them to be active until my next command phase, and I can use each of those 3 only one time. So one of them is, oh man, I'm so sorry, guys. I keep forgetting to look up what the rules for all these things are. Wait, I'm going to look it up right now. I'm going to tell you. Stick with me here. Here we go. We're going to figure it out together, and then I'll know. I'm going to learn it, and then I'll know. Okay, mission tactics. First, we have, like I said, I can choose one of these to be active for my command phase until my next command phase once per game. We have 3 of them. First, Führer tactics. The entire army, both in shooting and combat, gets sustained hits 1. The other one, the next one is Malleus tactics. When I choose Malleus tactics to be active, is the whole army, both shooting and fighting, is got lethal hits for the entire turn. And then the third one is Purgatus tactics. Anytime I roll a 6 to hit in shooting or combat, that hit becomes precision, or gains a precision ability. So 3 different ways I can kind of max out my damage output during the game. I often very strategically choose when I'm going to put these on and make them active because obviously certain ones benefit against certain targets. It depends on what I'm going against. Obviously, sustained hits, it really benefits going into bricks of infantry, while lethal hits often benefits going into vehicles. So it just depends on what I'm attacking that turn. Now, for characters, I've got 3 characters today. I'm not really happy with the ones I chose. I didn't really know what to do exactly with some of these, so I'll kind of talk you through. First, I do have a regular captain. This is a firstborn captain because he's going to be going with one of the Proteus kill teams. I'm just using a captain model I have. He's just got a bolt gun and a storm shield. He'll probably have a power sword or a relic weapon or something in there too. Maybe it's in his pocket. I don't know. Maybe you don't see it on the model. But he does have the enhancement of the Tome of Ectoclades. This is an enhancement basically once per game during my command phase. I choose a second Oath of Moment targets. So for one battle round, I will have 2 Oath of Moment targets. That's what Tome of Ectoclades gives me. Now, there's a bit of a wonky rules interaction here. As you guys know, a Space Marine captain allows his unit to use a stratagem, even if he's already used it, even if that strat has always been used in this phase, and he allows them to do it for free. Now, kill teams, anytime you use a CP for a strat, for most of the Deathwatch strats, the kill teams actually, 2 kill teams can benefit from it. So it's a bit of a weird interaction. The captain makes the strat free for his unit, but does it affect both units? Now, I have talked to TOs for multiple events and have got conflicting responses on that. Today, I will be playing it as the captain. When he makes the stratagem free for his unit, it will affect his kill team and one other kill team. I only have one other kill team, so it'll just be the 2 of them. But we are playing it today that the captain using that strat, making a strat for free, affects 2 kill teams. If you are going to a tournament and you plan to play it that way, I highly suggest talking to the TO beforehand to make sure that you're on the up and up and playing it the way they would prefer you be playing it. In the past, when I've gone to tournaments, I usually put the captain on a Terminator squad and just use the CP expenditure for the kill teams, and then the captain with the Terminator squad uses one for free. Today, it's a little bit different list, so I'm putting the captain with the kill teams. Next, we've got two different apothecaries. I've gotten a biologist apothecary, the Gravis Armor apothecary. He is almost done being painted. His base needs a little bit of work and a few more details on him, but he's mostly painted. He has the enhancement, the Beacon Angelus. This gives his unit the deep strike ability and allows them to use rapid ingress for free if I decide to use that. So that will be him. He's going to be accompanying an Eradicator squad. So we're going to be having those Eradicators deep strike. We'll see how they do with that today. And then the third character is just another Primaris apothecary. No enhancements on him. I had 55 points left over in the list. I could have brought an exaction squad or something like that. I didn't feel like it. I don't have an exaction squad. I probably could have used some Imperial Guard Rattlings as my exaction squad, but I'm just throwing the apothecary in there. He's going to be jumping on with the Desolation Marines. No enhancements or anything. I'm just going to bring one of those Desolator Marines back once per turn. Of course, if his unit dies, I roll a dice on a 2-up. I get a command point. Super exciting there. But I forgot to mention the biologist. His special rule is that he gives his unit lethal hits. All right, and then so those are 3 characters. We've got 2 kill teams. I've been running the Proteus kill teams. I love these things. Great damage output, very flexible. They are identical other than the heavy weapon loadout on the veterans. So what each of these squads have is 4 veterans with heavy weapons, 1 veteran with a DeathWatch Thunderhammer, the 2-handed extra hitty Thunderhammer. We've got 1 Marine on a bike. And then we've got 4 Terminators, 1 Terminator with Thunderhammer Storm Shield, and 3 Terminators with Cyclones. These 2 different kill teams are identical other than the heavy weapons. 1 squad has 4 Infernus Heavy Bolters. These are Combi Heavy Flamer Heavy Bolters. So I just choose which profile I want to use whenever I shoot with them. And the other one is the Frag Cannons. These things can put out a lot of shots. They are D3 shots, they are blast, and they are rapid fire. So when they get within rapid fire range, they can put out 2 D3 shots plus blast. Their range is only 18 inches, but you know I've got stratagems that let me extend the range on my guns. So we've got them. The Proteus kill teams, their special rule is anytime they target something that is not below half strength, so half strength or above, they get +1 to hit. That's both in shooting and fighting. Obviously, that can be super useful with all these weapons we've got here. Next, we've got a little squad of Incursors. These guys have the scout move ability. They have basically little bolters on them. Their special rule is that after they've shot, you pick 1 unit that was hit by their with one of their shots, and the rest of your armor gets +1 to hit whenever they target that. My idea here is I'm bringing some Inceptor squads, and because Inceptor squads, all their guns are twin linked, I'm kind of giving myself a free extra Oath of Moment target. The Incursors can target a unit, and then the Inceptors will be able to hit that unit on 2s, and they'll be re-rolling wounds because they're naturally twin linked. Maybe giving me some extra efficiency there. We'll see how that works out, but that's the plan for them today is for them to tag something and it can be any units from the army, but I'm really intending it to kind of be like a second Oath of Moment target by giving Inceptors +1 to hit against something. Speaking of Inceptors, I have 3 Inceptor squads. I have 2 3-mans of Plasma Inceptors. Remember, Inceptor's special rule is that when they deep strike, they do so. They just have to be 3 inches away. So they can get real close. It's great for scoring primaries and secondaries. I've got 2 3-mans of the Plasma Inceptors. These guys shoot really well. They get 2 shots apiece. Strength 7, AP2, 2 damage. When they overcharge, it's Strength 8, AP3, 3 damage. So some great value as far as they can hit some solid targets, and all their guns are twin linked, so they reroll wounds all the time. Then I've got 1 6-man squad of the Bolter Inceptors. These guys, same drop-in rule as far as deep striking 3 inches away. They each get 3 shots. They're Strength 5, AP1, 2 damage, but they are also sustained hits 2. So every time I get a 6 to hit with them, they get 2 extra hits. Definitely have the potential to get some extra hits. It'll definitely depend on whether I've got Oath of Moment on their target and they're re-rolling all their hits or not. But they put out a good volume of shots, and I'm hoping to do some work into a good volume of Necron Lich Guard today. Next, we do have a 10-man brick of the Desolator Marines. These are the Super Crack missiles, along with the Castellan launchers, and of course the Sergeant has his Vengar launcher. Their special rule being that if they hold still, they don't take the indirect penalty, and their targets do not get the benefit of cover. I had really wanted to put the Beacon Angelus enhancement on the character for this unit, because if I rapid ingress them for free, deep striking them is good, but if you do rapid ingress for free and then in their turn they can hold still, it just means they get that benefit of not taking the penalties for shooting out of the line of sight with their Castellan launchers. So unfortunately, I won't be doing that today because I've got a squad of 6 Eradicators. They have the Biologus Apothecary with them. He does have the Beacon Angelus, so they will be deep striking, or they can rapid ingress for free as well. You've got 4 Melta rifles and then 2 multi-Meltas here. Remember, whenever they target a vehicle, they will reroll all their hits, their wounds, and they reroll their damage. Super powerful. The ability to deep strike with them, and combined with the DeathWatch stratagem that allows me to extend the range, means even though they only have an 18-inch range, I can deep strike them 9 inches away, use that strat to extend their range to 24, meaning they're within Melta range when they're within 12, and really capitalize on that extra damage. And hopefully that makes a difference today, because we've got some vehicles that we don't want to be sticking around the table too long in DJ's list. So that is the DeathWatch list that I'm bringing today. Let's talk a little bit more about the game today, and then I'll see you over the battle report. All right, guys, as you can see, I'm bringing some different units than what I've had in my DeathWatch in the past. Give them a test out, see if they're worth swapping into my competitive list or not. We'll see how they do today. I've got a tough army that I'm playing into. DJ has promised no quarter. He's not giving me any breaks here today. He's bringing a tough Necrons list. So we'll see how the Deathwatch do into them. I'm really interested to see how I've got both Tome of Ectoclades, so one game I can have 2 Oath of Moment targets, plus the fact that the Inceptors always reroll their wounds because they're twin linked. I can couple that with the +1 to hit from the Incursors and basically have them hitting on 2s and re-rolling all their wounds in addition to that. Might make them pretty powerful as well. I want to see how these Eradicators do when they deep strike in real close to a vehicle, and can get off that extra range from the stratagem and get that extra melted damage and hopefully wreck through some vehicles pretty quickly. So follow me over to the battle report, guys. We'll see how everything goes. Hopefully we chew through some Necrons as quick as we can, because those guys keep coming back. All right, see you over there.